Hello everyone, how are you guys? Welcome back to one more video. Olá pessoal, sejam bem-vindos e hoje vamos a mais um vídeo. Como prometido ontem, vou começar com o E-50 da Trumpeter e hoje vamos passar à base de óleos, vamos utilizar filtros e vamos usar os oil brushes da Camo. Portanto, vou continuar a trabalhar aqui com óleos da Camo, espero que gostem. So guys, today starts working with E-50 and this big fellow right here. I paint this with the colors from Tamiya. You guys can see on YouTube or even here on the Facebook. And I'm start working with the filters. So filters, I'm going to use oils. I usually use oil base or acrylic base with Vallejo, but today I'm going to use this filter and another filter like this. Then I will start using, let me grab them, the oil brushes. Alright, I like the oil brushes because they dry really quickly. And normally I usually do use artist oils, but this one it's ready to go, so it's a good thing to have right here on the desk. I got all the collection of Camo and they are really nice for that, and I will show all the process. So on this process I'm going to make the filters for make the camouflage transition nice, and I will fade some of the colors. I got two colors, the dark brown and the sand, and I'm going to fade in some areas. Yeah, I'm going a little crazy for you guys to see the process. Alright, so this one is going to be very different as it's like now, and this is going to be on the diorama, and I'm going to put here 3 figures from mini art. So guys, let's hope you guys like it. Let me see. So here some message. Right, Wayne, hello, how are you, my friends? João Almeida, boas, tudo bem? Grande abraço. I got here some stuff. This is from mini art, so this is one of the I'm going to start to build, and it's going to be really nice because of the wood and the colors of this, and it's going to have lots of mud on this, okay, and where I can put some of the rest I will put. Alright, then I got this one, this big box right here, so I will start building this, and then I will paint all this. I'm going to make this version right here. Okay, this is a version, it's a what if, it's from Hydra. Right, I got this one too, the Costa, the PA2. This is a historical vehicle. I got right here all assembled, and this I'm going to make a what if. I am thinking on ideas. If you guys have any ideas how to see, make like, imagine like a Batmobile, something like that, share the ideas with me, send me a message, and I will take a look of that. Then I'm going to paint this one. This is from Model Collect, and this is 1/72 scale. Okay, it's going to be a video with more careful because this one is very little. Alright, as you can see, and I will show you the painting and all the weathering on this BM3. I like it a lot. So for starting today, let's go with the oils. Let me see here. Okay, all in. So I'm going to the bench and do the first step, and you are going to see. So let's go to the other camera. Sorry. All right. So here it is, the other camera. And alright, just paint. I don't have nothing there. So the first thing I'm going to do is a wash. The wash I'm going to put today, it's going to be the matte varnish. Alright, why I'm going to put the matte varnish? I will fade some of these two colors, and I want to have control what I am doing. Okay, if I put a gloss, it's going to spread a lot, and if I go and put the satin, it spreads less, but it's not going to have too much control. So the first step I'm going to make is to put matte varnish on this, and we go from there. So let me put the glasses there, this and this, and I'm going to grab my turntable and put right here. So I got my infinity here with a 04 needle, and that is what I'm going to use for this step. So matte varnish. Okay, now we are listening the ball, so it's almost good. And this mixture I'm going to do with a 50% with the thinner. Okay, let me just open here. This is very close. It's right. So careful using the matte varnish, you don't want to put too much. Yeah, 13 drops, and I'm going to put almost 50% on this with acrylic thinner. And I put 9 drops of the thinner. I think it's going to be enough for this. So now let's mix this and spray on the tank. Okay, now let me remove the turret. It's better to do this without a turret. And let's have spraying. And with a tweezer, I got here a hair, so let's remove this fucking hair. Okay, now a little more, just let me clean a little. It's always best to clean here the tip of the needle, and here we go out nicely. So more thinner and more varnish. Now just for the turret. Eight drops, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops of the thinner. Let me just close this. I don't want this to fall down and spread all over the table. It's not good. Okay, let me see here. Helder, boa tarde. Sim, era para ser, mas é o que eu digo, é sempre entre a casa entre as 6 e as 8. É mais ou menos aí o tempo que eu tenho livre. Hoje foi por causa mais de sair da loja. Tinha lá dois clientes, então, como é lógico, a gente não pode correr com eles da loja. So let's spread the matte varnish on this. And it's good. Now, clean. Remember, when you are using varnish, this is the worst enemy for your airbrush. It's the varnish and the primers. And we are done with the varnish. So this is a very important step to do. Now, just grab in our fantastic hair dryer. And just a little more here. Okay. So now I got two mixers I like to use on this kind of things. Normally I use a lot this one. This is the 10 for 3-tone Camo, and this normally it's good for the Germans tanks. Even if you have the green, this is a really nice one. And this brown for dark green. Okay, it's dark green. You are thinking this guy is mad. No, I like a lot this one, and this one will pop up the first details, but this one I will really going to put very thin. Right, for thin this you can use this one. It's animal address from thinner from me, and I like to use this one. So I'm going to open, put it there. Now I'm going to remove the table. I don't need the table. Okay, it's right there. And now let's approach the camera for you guys to see what I do. Alright, so filter, I'm going to grab where I put it, palette, right here, and I will use the 10 for a 3-tone Camo. It's going to be the first one. So I want to go first with the bright one. Hello Billmore, how are you my friends? So let's shake. And with this filter from me, if you put on the table around 2 minutes, when you are going to grab more of this, it's better to shake it, okay, again, because the pigments, it flows to very. So I'm going to grab a brush, maybe not this one, so I'm going to use this one. It's a 04, and I'm going to grab thinner. I put 10 drops. Now I dip this 3 times only. Okay, now I mix this very well. Now on this I just want to paint all the tank, and I don't want to put too much on this, and dry. Do not leave any excess in anywhere, okay? That is a very important step. So let's start putting this, and this will start unifying the two tones I have here. You can see at the moment I don't paint any of the tools or the cables, so that parts I leave normally for later. And on this it's very important to use this very thin and mix many times here on the palette. And this is going to start changing the appearance of this camouflage. This tone works really nice for 3 tones, no doubts. And you can see it flows really nice all over the tank. Now you can see the difference from one area to another. And this is a step so simple to do. If you do always on your vehicles, this is going to be really nice. Really nice. It makes all the difference, guys, believe it. And you can see it's not a big problem to put this. So it's like you are making a glaze on the top. Now let's flip this, and more of the mixture. So I go again and mix this nice. Don't go straight from the bottle, it's not good. So now I put 20 drops, so I'm going to need 6 dips on this. Meantime you start learning the colors, the consistency of this, if it's good or not. Okay, so let's go again. Alright, now let's go to the back and do the same thing here on the rear of the tank. You see, I don't paint any of the mufflers, any tools. This is going to be later. So for some guys, they think this is not a necessary step, but believe it, it is. When you start doing this, you are going to like it a lot. Now let's go here on the bottom, and you can see the change of the tone. When I put this, you can see here on the edges. And with this, you just want to spread all over the tank. Okay, now let's go for the turrets. Bill, I am always good. Thank you for asking, my friend. So this is the first of the filters. You can go just with one, or you can go with more than one filter. Sometimes I put about 4 filters or 5. Okay. A little more of the mixture. Remember, I know it's tedious, but you need to do this. So when you are working with oils, you know, when you put the white spirit, all the pigments need to go down, and you need always to mix. Even here on the palette, it goes down. And even with the filters, if you want to have more intensity, you just go and put another layer. It's just simple as that. And one of the things I like with this, it's because it's dry really quickly. Okay, I can work really quickly. The drying time on this, it's about 24 hours, but I can speed up, believe it or not, I can speed up with the air dryer too. Okay, so we're done with this one. And we are going, so I have here a bottle with a little thinner there, just to clean the brush. Now I'm going to start using the hair dryer again, and let's go. Alrighty. That is alright. Let me go now to this. Okay, you are sending message. I will see you later. And here it's almost dry. serious? Okay. You are thinking, hey, he forgets about the wheels. No, I don't forget about the wheels. These wheels have no camo on the sides, so I will go with the more dark because this is a shadow area, right? So for that I'm going to use this brown for dark green. Okay, this is normally what you put on the German tanks. This is really nice for German tanks, but I like this one. So just me grab here a napkin and clean this one. And we are ready to go for this. So it's about the same mixture. So 20 drops. And now the 6 ones, and you can see this is a very dark color. Okay, let's put this right there. And let's mix this. So I need this to go and be very thin. And before I start here, I'm going on the wheels. It's almost like a wash. So because this is so thin, it's go everywhere. And you can say it's a filter, and it's almost like the first wash. And this is going to have another different wash when I paint the tracks. It's a little dark now, but it's going to clear a lot. Okay, so now you can see it's more dark for the top. Some of you guys were going to like this, and someone it's not going to like it. So normally what I do, it's my way, and I am not telling you guys this is the best way, because it's have lots and lots of way of doing. Okay, now it's done. Now it's very important this step. This is a very dark filter, so when you are doing a filter you don't need to put all over the tank. Now I'm just going to work on the dark areas with this, so I'm going to work right here. I'm putting more. I want this to go on the recess in the sides. So this is a more dark area. Now let's move this, and this is going to give you the first contrast on the tank. Working with us, it's a lot of fun. I learned this with my father. And it's worked really nice for me. Now, just with the side, and just go on these parts a little. You can use a small brush. This is a filter. I don't have too much prawns, and it's really easy to correct these ones. It's right there. Now let's go to the back and apply all of this wash on the back too. You see, I just put right there and I don't put all over. And here it's a little random. Sorry, out of the camera. And it's done. Now just a little of the mixture. Five drops only. And now another trick. I don't mix this again. I just go there, dip the brush. Oops. I don't catch too much of the pigment, because the pigment it's go down. Now I'm just going around the turret. I want this to be the dark side. Let's go right here. Now just a little around here. And when you see, if you put too much, you just clean with a brush and just with thinner. So I'm using the filter too to make a difference of tone. It's clean. And we are done all the thinner, all the filters. So first the 1043 tone camo and brown for dark green. So this is the filters I use for this one. If I use the Panzer gray one, I like to use a lot this blue for the effect of transitions of the grays. It's really awesome, the blue, and gives lots of life to your model. Let me see here. Again, using 50-50. It's almost a 50-50 bill. It's more 18 to 20, alright? Hello, John. Julian, how are you? Mário, como é que estás? Tudo bem? Grande abraço. So again, with the air dryer, and let's go. Now you can see on the side we got the little pin wash, the first one just doing with the filters, and as you can see it's more dark for the top. And of course, if you don't have any these things like the filters, the washes, the oil brushes, you can do very nice with artist oils. There are so many ways to do, and you can put together the techniques in most of the products. Let's go here, and I'm just going to drink a little of my tomato. It's just tomato juice, it's not a Bloody Mary. So you can see in some areas, you can see some spots, right? Like in here and here, we got here a little spot. This is some parts where you have more of the filter or not. But because I'm going to fade this one, I'm not worried about that, because I'm going to use the oils, and I will fade this with no problems, alright? Even here you can see the marks of the turret, you see here. So, and this will all be faded without problem. You can see right there, it's a very more dark color. And you can see the pins, like the pin wash I do on the side of the skirts. You don't see big marks. Almost done with this. And one other thing, it's very important when you are doing your model, your paint work, your weathering, it starts losing that appearance of a toy. Alright? Now if you don't make weathering and you put satin or gloss varnish, it's going to be like a toy, and I don't want to do that on my models. If you like that way, it's up to you guys, and you are your own master, okay? You know what you want to do, you know what you want to put. So if anyone is saying it's a wrong way, the way you do, it's a no-go, guys. So again, the palette, and we are starting using the oil brushes. The first one I'm going to use, it's the red primer, right? So this is I'm going to use for this one, and then I will use these three more, the dark brown and the earth clay. So this is just for the red brown, and you can see it's so different tones. Now it's time to control a lot what you're doing, and if you make a mistake, you can correct real easy with the thinner and the brush, right? So now I'm going to leave that big one, and I will start using a little one. Now it's very important, I'm going to grab here just a little, okay, or no, I can use right there. So let me just this here, just clean this side a little, right guys? This one it's very important to have, and the first one is going to be the red primer. Now there are two choices. I'm going to put right here a little of the thinner I'm going to use. You can fade right here on the palette, just put the color right here, or you can put there and fade on the model. Okay, these ones, if you buy these ones, just shake two. Okay, almost you have to shake everything. So now, as you can see, it have a little applicator, and I'm going to put in some areas I want this. So first working on the top. And this is not a dot filter for guys who just hear that sentence. This is not a dot filter. I want to spread, and I want to put a different tone on this. And for that, let me grab this one. This is 02. I am using the 04. Now just put a little of thinner on the brush, remove a little the excess, and let's start fading these ones. If you want to fade more, just go more with thinner and put there. Now this is our fading with the filter I put, right? Or thinner. And just go with the napkin, go with excess, and continue working. So what I'm doing is fading these. A little more thinner. And it's very important to remember the sequence you are using for this. Okay, now let's move here and start doing the same thing here. And you can see even it's dry really quickly. You see how it's strong, this color. A little more thinner. And it gives you more color, right? And it's not a toy color. And this way I am grabbing all these. I'll fade a little, cleaning from the outside for the inside. Will make a nice transition of the color. Okay, you see the difference from here for this part. Okay, it's lots and lots of difference. So now let's go again. Dot here, here, and let me see, just a little there. It's enough. You can see this is cheap, and it's going to work to make many models. Let me see, guys. Limpar esse erro nesta fase, não há perigo para os filtros. Não, porque eu, quando estou a utilizar o thinner, Mário, estou a mexer com os filtros, e estou a mexer com isto, e estou a misturar essas cores todas, e é isso que eu quero. Se eu não quisesse mexer nos filtros, aí tinha dado uma camada de verniz e punha por cima estes óleos. Mas eu quero mexer no que tenho por baixo para esbater mais a cor, ok? Jorge Dias, olá. Sim, quando a loja estiver a funcionar como deve ser, era porreiro. Oi, Zé Eduardo Costa, como é que é? Estás bom? Grande abraço. Carlos Lopes, grande abraço, mano. So, let's continue here. I'm grabbing right there and push some here from the sides. And if you forgot any dot of these, tomorrow or even 2 days later, you can correct this with no big problems. Okay, this is oils. These ones dry really quickly, but they are very easy to go again past 1 day, 2 days without too much problems. Okay, if you are a guy some guys, you forget that steps, and it's better to put more 2 coats or 3 coats of the varnish, for you can use the thinner. You can see I can use my finger to fade a little. So the fingers are a nice tool to use. So this is the red primer. The red primer is the color of the primer of the normal German tanks, and it's I like to use this because it's going to give almost I think you are seeing a little of the primer. It's on the bottom of the paint. And sincerely, I like it. Putting the oils on the top of these ones when I'm going to paint, it's really easy to paint. Even these wood poles, I'm going to use oils for these, all the tool cables, all the metal. I'm going to use the oils for painting this part. Não, Mário, este é o Red Primer. Miguel Cardoso, grande abraço. É bom saberem que a malta está aí toda como deve de ser. Isso aí é a parte que interessa. You can see just little dots. And these parts, it's a very tedious work to do. So you must have time to do this, and the principal thing is lots and lots of patience. Yeah, that is the most important thing for this hobby. I always say that this is not like an instant soup. You just put water, go to the microwaves, and it's ready. You see here, if I don't want this too much, just go with a napkin, removing, and I want this to fade. You can use the finger to make like this. It's going to give a little nice thing on this. And now you can see enormous transitions on the color. Now you can use the hair dryer to dry this one, and if you don't like, you can correct. Imagine right here you have a very strong line, so just go with the thinner. And even with this, you just go and I faded the line. Really simple. Okay, here I want to spread more the pigment out. It's more faded. Really easy. Here on the back I put more strong color. And now let's continue playing with more colors. So don't forget, the first one, it's a red primer. You just put on the spot, you know it's the first color you got. Now I'm going with the earth clay. Maybe I don't go with the dark brown, I don't know. I like this one, and let's go with this earth clay. Oops, shake it. And you can see now this is a different color. And yes, now I'll go again and almost every... I'm going in everything I go. So don't forget, first on the top and then you go to the sides. Alright, you see? My eye is seeing the sides and yeah, go, and yeah, no. So now I'm using this, it's going to blend the red primer, and it's going to go with the earth clay, and it's going to mix together, and even with the filter too. Some of this faded work you can do with the airbrush too, but I like oils for doing these ones. And because this is more bright, you can spread a little more. It's going to give you the first on the eyes, it's going to be the first dirty on the tank, this one. I like to use normally two colors, oil colors, and then I go to the other color, it's going to be the sand brown, and then sometimes I put another color between to make the transition between the two colors or the three colors you put on the tank. So this is not a really big science. What you need mostly for this is inspiration. Inspiration makes parts of this. It's not working nice, so just put on the side and you go tomorrow or another day. Let me just hear the transition, and it's really easy. Color Thinner, Miguel, estou a utilizar o Annabelle Odorless Thinner de amigo, porque este não tem cheiro e não é assim tão forte. Por exemplo, se tiverem deste da Revel também pode utilizar, mas atenção que este é muito forte. Todos os thinners que sejam sem cheiro normalmente são muito mais fracos, é o que eu aconselho a comprar, mesmo que seja Belas Artes ou isso, é o melhor thinner para se utilizar, ok? You are welcome, Bill. I thank you for watching my videos, I really do. So, earth clay again, and now let's go to the sides. So you know you can watch this later on the YouTube or even here on the Facebook. So when I finish this, normally I put on the YouTube, and you can see later. And of course, if you want to share, you can go crazy sharing. So just here, one more drop of the thinner. And let's continue working. Now the sides. So if you use this kind of things doing with acrylics, it's lots more, it's very more difficult to do because it's dry really quickly, and you don't have if you make a mistake, it's going to be there forever, guys. And with oils, you always can correct about 80% of the bad things we do. So we need to have more careful. If you can see, it starts getting life, the tank. And these oil brushes, they are good because they have lots and lots of pigment. They are very strong pigment. And of course I advise you guys to use this, and for the price it's really cheap. Okay, I know you can go to a Chinese store and buy that oils, but it's not the same thing. The pigment, it's very different, and the reaction, the drying time, it's really different. You get the oils from AK, they are really awesome too. So guys, buy what you think it's better for you. So the earth clay, it's done. Now I'm going to start on the sand part, and for that, one of my favorite colors is ochre, and I can use to make some of the highlights with yellow, right? So now let's shake the ochre, and now it's going to change a lot the tones of the tank, believe it. So this is a little dry outside because I use this a lot, and this applicator, it's not good to use it, it's just to make little dots. Now because some of these parts are fresh, it's going to blend really nice. And don't forget to close this very well for the oils don't dry too much. Now let's clean a little. Okay, a little more thinner. And let's start working with ochre. So I'm using ochre, but if you want, you can use another one. It's up to you guys. I'm going to use lots of more of the thinner. And you are going to see the color I'm going to use for the transition. So you can see I am grabbing color here and put right there. Now, when you are going here for the transition, clean a lot the brush on the napkin and just go with the transition almost dry. And when you make the transition for the bright, for the most dark, clean again the brush. See there, I'm searching now for that, clean, and make the transition from the bright to the dark. And we have different, totally different color. Now just with thinner, and with this you can see I use oils on the top of the Mia paint without any problems, with just a very thin coat of varnish. Okay, removing. For one side and for the other side to make that transition. And if you blend a little, it's really awesome. So I'm going to show you one side and then I'm going to see the other side, and you can see the difference. And you are going to feel comfortable more when you do lots of these works. Okay, now you can see this side. Now let's flip for this side. So this is a more, you don't have too much life on this. But when you go with this, you have more life. And when you start painting these ones, making the chippings, it's going to be really, really good. Okay, so more of the ochre. And like I always say, don't be afraid to make the models. If you make a mistake, guys, this is a plastic thing. It's not the end of the world. On the modeling, the fear, it's our worst enemy. All of you guys have that models on the shelf. You don't do it because you're thinking I am not a good modeler to do this model, but it's not like that, guys. Just don't have afraid. And yes, and remember, yellow colors like the ochre and yellow in oils, it's much stronger than when you are using acrylic paints. Okay, on the acrylic paints, you know, sometimes it's a bugger to paint a yellow, but on this it's going to stain a lot and you have to have more control. Now let me blend. Don't have a shame. If you have any questions, guys, just tell me. Or you can do on PM and then I talk to you later. Alright, you can see so much rich color. Now let's go to the top. I'm working more on this and not on the turret, because the turret is just almost a single color, and on the gun barrel another color. And I want you guys to show how I do this. So let's go here again, and here, 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 here. So just working on half of the tank, don't go too crazy. So be patient, guys. Very soft and make the transitions. You see here for that, it's not so nice to show in videos, it's not so easy. And of course here on Facebook the quality it's not so good. But I just want to share and ask all the questions. I hope I don't forget anyone for the questions. You are sending us lots of questions, so don't worry if I don't reply. So just send me a message again. Here I want a little more. So blending this ochre, remove the dead mark. Just like stiffing, dabbing. Okay. Now little strokes, blend. Okay, well, let's continue here from the back. Just some more little tomato juice. Okay, more yellow. careful with oils on the photo edge. You don't want to put on the top, just go there later. Now so here, here and here. Oh, let's continue. So thinner, let's start blending this again. You can see it's dry really fast, and because I put the matte varnish, I have more control where I spread. Is that why sometimes I like to use this. When I'm fading, it's better like this. We have more control. This ochre, it's really awesome for the dark models. When you make a German, this Africa corpse ochre, it's really awesome. Let's fade. When I see I have excess, just go there. And you can see you don't need a very expensive brush for this work. I listened some comments, you need to have Marta Kolinsky brushes to do this. No, you don't need it. The only thing it's going to do on your brushes, or on the seat, it's going to kill your brush. But this brush you are going to use for another things. Now you can see I grab some color and go on the top of the photo edge, and we got that color there. If you want, when you make all this fading process, you can give a coat of varnish. Yes, Bill, with patience, we go there. And now I'm just fading. And done. So on the wheel it's going to be the same process, and then I will use another color for that. Maybe this one, summer soil, or one of the other yellows I have. One of the things I'm going to use, it's dust. It's very important, the dust for me. Let me just grab here. Now when I put this, you can see the difference of the yellow. Oops, like this. You can see the difference of the yellow for the turret. Okay, it's completely different and makes lots of things. When I finish all this faded process, I will start making the first chippings. Okay, I not decide yet if I'm going to make some parts with white chipping and then with the rust color. I don't know. I'm going to show some tricks with the sponge using the rust color with oils, and yes, you can do too the chipping with oils, and it's really easy, and it's almost like the paint. And normally sometimes I like more doing with oils because I have more control, and on the paint you need to go too much, and I'm going to show you. I have some brushes like this, have this point all broke, and these ones are good to make the chipping with oils, but this is going to be on another video. Now I'm just go and put a little yellow, now the yellow ochre on this, and of course here on the top you are going to need more work with a different yellow. So now just do some dots in some areas, and you can see it's so simple. Okay, now let's fade this. Thinner, I'm going to start here on the top. Just fade all this yellow around. Well, of course I'm going to take a picture and then I will post here on the Facebook for you guys to see. Now in this time the thinner is our friend. Spread all the oil. Just grab some of the paint here. Go there. Here I am being very random. I don't want this all with the yellow ochre. And you can see I'm just putting more here on the top. I'll leave for now and go here, because on this part it's most bright. I will show you what I'm going to do. This, same thing here, spreading. Yes, just a little there, I forgot. Okay, you see the marks there around the turret. Now I'm going to clean the brush, moist a little on the thinner, remove the excess, and now just make like this. And I will fade ochre to the rest of the paint. And we are going to have more bright on the top and more dark. It's not a streakings. It's going to be really good to show that I'm going to show different ways to make the streakings. And Miguel Jimenez put on the market a nice brush. It's this one, it's the saw brush. The saw brush, you can see how it is. I do this for of some of my brushes, but I haven't. They have this now on the market. They are really good to make that random streakings. Okay, you just put the points of oil on the top, and then you just go with this brush and make like this. And because this is very random, it's going to make streakings very random. And when you have all of these things around the turret, it's really good. You can see it spreads along, so it's really awesome. But that is another story. So I finish with ochre, and now I'm going to leave this to dry for one day, and then I will start working again. And believe it, even when it's past one day, I can go again and remove almost every oils I put on the top of this. So yes, Bill, I see you are liking good. So now let's put the turret there. Oh my god, me and the turrets. Okay, so I will take some pictures later, and I will post tomorrow on your Facebook for you guys to see the difference, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So if you have any questions, just ask me. So let's go to the other camera. Okay, so guys, it's about 1 hour and a half. It's normally what I do on the videos. I work really fast, so I don't have that little the time for doing this more calm. Normally, if I do this more calm, it's going to be more beautiful. But I like to do this quickly. It's like the demonstrations, and I want you guys to see the tricks you can do. I learned a lot of these tricks with some really nice guys. I learned with Miguel Jimenez, I learned with Chema Cabrero, and lots of other guys. And it's the nice thing to have. It's to have an open mind and to learn with everyone. Okay, you are not the master. You don't know everything. I don't know nothing. Okay, I'm just doing the best I know, and you guys put that on your head. So tomorrow, about the same hour, you know, about 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Okay, I will do another video, and tomorrow, let me grab, I will continue with this. The KV2, it's I'm going to put the first filters on this and start making the weathering on this, and you guys, I think you guys were going to enjoy it. If you don't see that thing I do, you can see on my YouTube, and it's there the thing I do. So, I hope you guys enjoy it. One more time. Pessoal, espero que tenham gostado. E cá nos vemos amanhã, mais ou menos à mesma hora, ok? Já sabem, entre as 6 e as 8 é mais ou menos a hora que eu faço. Guys, thank you very much, and I see you guys tomorrow.